Hi there, this is Suncoast YouTutor, and today we're going to go over some examples of derivatives. In our previous video, we explained what a derivative is and how to take one, and here are just some examples to keep you well prepared for whatever exam or test you have, or if you just want to practice for fun. So our first function is sine of x. So this is your basic trig function. You should know this. For any exam or test you have, the derivative of sine is basically just cosine. There you go, there's your first one. For the next one, our function is f of x is equal to x cubed. So we're going to follow simple power rule, where we bring down our exponent here so that it becomes 3x, and we subtract 1 from the exponent. So our derivative for this function is 3x squared. Now for our next one, we want to put it, we're going to use power rule again, except we're going to put it in ax to the n form so that it's easy to use. So first, let's simplify it. So it becomes 1x to the negative 1 so that it's easy to work with. Now let's take the derivative. F prime of x is, let's bring down our negative 1 here so that it becomes negative 1x and subtract 1 from our exponent. So it becomes negative 1x to the negative 2, which is simplified to look something like this. There's our derivative. All right, our next question is f of x is equal to sine of x squared. Now for this question, you're going to have to use the chain rule. So first, let's take the derivative of what's on the outside, which is the sine function. F prime of x is equal to cosine of x squared. We do not touch what is in the middle or in the parentheses. Next, we are going to find the derivative of what is inside the parentheses. So let's multiply it by the derivative of x squared, which is just 2x. So now let's simplify it and write it out so that it looks nice. 2x cosine of x squared. That is our derivative. All right, moving on. Alright, so let's find the derivative of this equation. So our equation is f of x, or y, is equal to x to the fourth plus 3x cubed plus 8x squared. So this is your simple power rule again. So it is f prime of x, or dy dx, is equal to 4x cubed, since we're moving down this exponent and subtracting it by 1, plus, same thing here, 9x squared, and let's do the same thing here, plus 16x. That's our derivative for this equation. And let's just write it out here because f of x and dy dx are the same thing. All right, let's move on to the next question. So our next equation is y is equal to tan of x. And this is another one of your simple trigonometric functions and the derivatives that you should know in preparation for any exam that you might take. So the derivative of tan is simply secant squared x. That was easy. All right, next question. Y is equal to 2x cubed over 4 minus x. Now this is not one that we can use simply, one that we can solve simply by doing the power rule or something like that. We have to use the quotient rule. The quotient rule is explained in a previous video, so let's solve it using that. So dy dx is equal to ho d high minus high d ho. Let's now apply that. Ho, which is here, 4 minus x, d high, which means the derivative of the numerator, which is 6x squared, minus high, which is the numerator, d ho, which means the denominator of the bottom, or negative 1, over ho ho, which basically means the denominator squared, so 4 minus x squared. Now we can leave it like this, or we could simplify it, which is the more preferred option anyways. Dy dx, let's just rewrite this, is, let's multiply this out, so 24 x squared minus 6x cubed minus, let's keep this in parentheses, negative 2x cubed over 4 minus x squared. Oh, that's a little ugly. Let's rewrite that. 4 minus x squared. All right, now since this is a subtraction and a negative, it's going to turn into a positive, so let's rewrite this and simplify yet again. 24x squared minus 6x cubed plus 2x to the 2x cubed over 4 minus x squared. Now, you can multiply this out or leave it like this, but we still have one more step to simplify. So, this is our final answer. dy dx is equal to 24x squared minus, since these are both of the same degree, both x cubed, we can subtract or add the coefficients. So, negative 6x cubed plus 2x cubed is negative 4x cubed over 4 minus x squared. And this is our final answer. I mean, based on preference, you could switch around the negative 4x cubed and the 24x squared so that the degrees are in descending order, but that's your choice. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Suncoast High School YouTutor.